So next we're going to bring up your second comic, who is another returning comedian from our last competition, Nate Strum. Guys, give it up for Nate Strum. Thank you. So good evening, everybody, and thank you for all for coming out. And really, real quick, thanks to Weathervane and Trek Brewing for putting this thing on. As we all know from our professional and personal lives, when you put on an event, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. For the last comedian, it kind of didn't work out. Kidding, kind of. So how many parents do you have in the audience? How many parents are here? How many moms are here? How many of you have a kid who you know you have to love? We all get told you have to love your children, right? But how many of you have a child that you like, if you had to ship them somewhere and just go away for a while and you didn't have to have questions or sign documents about where they went to, you'd be okay with that. Like, this is a child that makes you drink at night and cry in a corner, right? I am that child for my mother. I'm the reason my mom drinks. When people send flowers or cards to their mothers for Mother's Day, I send a bottle of whiskey and a I'm sorry card. Let me tell you why. Picture this, 1989, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Don't judge. My mom has a 1-year-old on her hip. My older sister is 7. She's very needy, still is very needy. It's fine. Middle child here. I decide while everyone's going crazy that we are poor. I want to go on vacation. And so I sneak out of the house at nap time. I hop on my 3-wheeler. I take my Campbell's soup can, and I hit up every one of our neighbors. And I explain to my neighbors under no uncertain terms, we have a baby. I want to go to Sesame Street land. Help me. I think about 2 hours pass. I was later told my mother, at least 30 to 45 minutes. Thank God Child Services wasn't called at this point. Again, it's the 80s. Things happened. And finally, one of the neighbors who actually knows us says, "Hey, Karen." Yes, my mom's name is Karen. It happens. Nate was at our house panhandling. You should really go get him. She checks upstairs. Sure enough, I am out of the house, and I am just trotting down the driveway with my 3-wheeler with about $25 in my Campbell soup can. My mother, terrified of what has just happened, marches me up and down the block to give me my money back. Part of me thinks that the neighbors are so embarrassed that they gave a 6-year-old money, they don't answer the door again, or they just refuse to acknowledge that they actually gave me cash. So after this whole escapade happens, my mom takes my Campbell soup can, puts it on top of the fridge, and I wait until Christmas. Why Christmas? Anyone want to guess? That is the time for the Red Kettle campaign. I am marched to the local Ames department store, which, by the way, Ames department store, fantastic. If you know, you know. Go up to the Red Kettle campaign, and now I am crying while pouring my $25 for Sesame Street land into the bin. I have not gotten over this trauma. And candidly, if I do win this competition, I'm going to Sesame Street land in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Fast forward 6 months. My mom is so embarrassed of where we live. We move. She can't see the neighbors. She won't take us out. And so we've just moved into our new house, same town, same school district. I'm put to bed after kindergarten. She's downstairs with my baby sister, my older sister taking a nap. Neighbors who she hasn't even met yet come over to the house. Ma'am, where's your son? He's in bed. You should really check your bathroom window. While my mom was dealing with my 1-year-old sister, I decided to play paratrooper. And I find what I think to be our little paratroopers I can shoot out the window into my neighbor's driveway. These are tampons. And I am firing tampons out the applicator, out the window, into the neighbor's driveway. We didn't stay long in that house either. Fast forward another year, We are now into our third home, same community, different neighbors. I decided at the age of 8 that I am old enough that I can move out. So I pack up my toys in a suitcase. I march downstairs. I declare to my parents that I am prepared to move and I'm leaving. Now, for those who don't know me, my father was a retired Marine, 21 years, 6 months, 3 days. My father declares that if I'm ready to leave, then I will leave the way I came into this world. I am stripped to my Scooby-Doo underoos, placed on the front porch, and said, go, God bless, and have fun. I cried and I cried for what I believed to be close to 20 minutes. I was told less than 5 at that point. I was put back into my house, at which point I was told to apologize to my mother and go to bed. I said, can I get a snack? This was their fatal flaw. They told me yes. I went to my mother. I apologized for my shenanigans. I went to the kitchen. I grabbed an orange. I picked up the phone. I dialed 911. I reported my parents for child abuse. I went to my room and I waited. Police! We have a report of child abuse in the house. The paleness of my mom's face haunts me to this day. We are separated upstairs. Statements are taken. No charges are filed. But I find out later that every 3 or 4 months, Child Services would show up at our house to do a surprise inspection on my parents just to make sure my report was false. So yes, my time is not up yet, but that's my set, and I'm the reason my mom drinks. Have a nice night, everybody.